It's alive! Well, is it though? Hey, it is. Awesome. Okay. Finally. YouTube has changed their stuff around and it's thrown me off a little bit. I'm not sure when you're seeing this, so hey, welcome. This is Tom from Inspiration Metalworks. Just doing a little update. I have not posted anything in far too long, and so yeah, that's been a bit of a problem. I apologize for that. Hey Zach, thank you for joining. I am just I was sitting here working away, programming a part that I'm going to run tomorrow, and I thought, I should probably hop online. I haven't had any. I haven't posted any content in quite a while, and I thought I'd give everybody an update because there's some really big changes coming to the shop, and things are looking pretty good. So first and foremost, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hey Craig, good to see you too. That's awesome. Yeah. So the so big news. I just ordered 2 brand new machines. Well, I guess it was last week. So if you follow me on social media at all, you probably saw some of those posts. But I ordered a Herco VM10 Plus and a Huaqian Cutex 160. So a mill and a lathe. Hey Craig, awesome. Yeah, it's a gang saw here. That's kind of nice. So anyways, yeah, so like I was saying, ordered 2 new machines. They will be coming soon. I've got 3-phase power coming in. Volume is low. Okay, let me see. How's it now? Is that any better? Can you hear any better? So just let me know. I just bumped up the gain a little bit. See if that helps some. So yeah, and if it's still a problem, I'll switch mics totally, and we'll see what we can get. Okay. Yeah, so we've got a lot going on. There's machines coming. We've got 3-phase power, dedicated 3-phase power coming to the building. I wasn't sure if they would even do that or not where I'm at, and luckily for me, there is 3-phase power that runs right down the street, like right in front of my house. And so they're putting a new pole in right by my shop, and it looks like I'm going to get 400 amps of 3-phase power for the building, which will be really exciting. It's just been part of the reason why I haven't been posting as much is that I have been very busy. Aside from the day job stuff, the shop work has picked up tremendously, and that's kept me very busy. So that means that, when I'm 6 people watching, yay. So that means that when I'm focused on making parts, I haven't always had time to sit down and think about, okay, should I get the cameras out? Should I try and make video from this? And I need to get back into doing that. I miss making the videos. It was a lot of fun. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do a bit more of that. The other thing is some of the stuff that I've been doing, I can't actually share. I have been doing more work in the semiconductor industry, and there's NDAs and all kinds of things. So they don't want their stuff showing up online anywhere. So I have to be very careful about what's there. To think about what's in the background. Even if I'm not working on their stuff right now, if I've got their parts on the bench and it's in the back of the screen, the video, that's a no-no. So I'm having to juggle things a little bit more, but those are champagne problems, right? Those are the kinds of problems that you're just like, hey, okay, I can deal with that. What I have been working on that it's got me scratching my head a little bit today is I have been working on this part. Let me let's see. I'm going to switch views here. There we go. Okay. I haven't, well, it's not open. I have been working on this part. The drawing on this was really simple. So here's the pieces of the original part, right? It's for an engine hoist. And they broke it and dropped the motor and almost had it fall on their employee. And so I was asked to make a new part. So going from an extrusion or cast aluminum part to steel. Still quiet, huh? Okay, I'll see. Might just switch microphones completely. I'm not sure that this microphone's getting me very well. Can you guys hear okay now? Just let me know. I know there's a little bit of delay, but we'll see. So yeah, I designed the part really simple, a little bit stronger. You know, I'm watching for those fracture points. I'm watching for those stress points. The challenge that I'm thinking about here is how am I going to hold this part and get it, because it's 3.75 inches. So the stock is 3.75 inches square, right? And it's 1.5 inches tall. So the stock, I made a mistake when I got the stock. I wasn't exactly sure what size I was doing, and so I got a couple of pieces that are exactly 1.5 inches. Yeah, so I was thinking about it like this. But then I've got a very long, unsupported piece of material that I'd be cutting into, and I'm concerned that the harmonics on this would get really ugly. So I'm half thinking about, and actually you can see how I've got it set up here, is here, so I'm not going to go all the way down. Actually, why don't I just, here we'll do our simulation, I'll just jump to the end. So I'm thinking about going down about 1 inch, so it's 1.5 inches, overall. And then flip it over with soft jaws so that I've got some pressure against here. Tabbing. I don't know, because that's a lot of material to take off. Long tab vertical. Yeah, maybe. So you're thinking, Craig, you're thinking upright. So go upright, halfway, tab it somewhere here, here. Yeah, so right now the idea, and I'll have to think about that, and Craig, I might give you a call tomorrow because I want to get this one off my plate and get it out of here. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do on that one. It's kind of a weird one. Like, I wish that if I had a way to if I had a bandsaw, I would probably take so much of this out just in the bandsaw, right? And then not have to worry about it, because then it's just clean up stuff. But I don't have a bandsaw to do that. I thought about coming this way and coming to this surface and taking all this stuff out. So I don't know. Not really sure. So I'm kind of playing around with ideas on how I want to do this. Right now, the idea is like this, take it down a little more than halfway, flip it in soft jaws so that I've got, it's holding this stable, this wall here stable, pressure against this side as well, and then take the rest of it out. At least that's the general idea. I could leave tabs though. I suppose if we flipped it, and rather than milling all this out, I could do it as a slot, come around, tabs, tab it, and just come through to remove the rest of that. I don't know. This is kind of a tough one. Yeah, we'll have to see. So yeah, that was what I was thinking about. But overall, let me get back to my control panel here. Yeah, I'm not really sure the approach I'm going to take on that. I've also got, let's see, you can see it behind, wrong way. You can see it behind me. I've got the stock for the rest of those GPS mounts that I make. So I got the order in for the rest of the year. So those parts are here. So they start out as 3-inch round blanks. Could actually get some get some workout in. By the time they're done, they look like this part of it. And actually, I've made a design change since these were leftovers from the last batch. I made a design change, and I put a flat on this side as well, so that I can just drop them into the vise without needing to indicate anything. It really helps speed the process up. But basically, it goes in the lathe, gets around, it gets the bore done, which is 40 millimeters. Comes over to the mill. We get flat put on, and then I counter bore where the exits for the drill go, so that when the drill is coming out, I don't get a weird pressure on the curve, right? Because that will actually cause problems. If you're drilling through something that's round, when you're coming out of it, it's going to want to push funny, because it's the web and the cutting edge is coming in and out of the material. So we flip it over, and again, we've got the design change. So I put a flat on here, and then I bore the counter bores for all of these, and then I come in, drill a clearance hole, and then tap all the way through. So, it gets, the fun part is it's a 40 millimeter diameter hole that needs to have a 10 millimeter crush dimension on there. So I have to take 10 millimeters out of this round part. What I found is the fastest way is I've got a fixture that I bolt this thing to. I take it over to the saw over here, and I just slice it in half. Then from there, I've got the two vices and the brother, and I can put them in the vise and the two vices, and I bring it down to size, and then do all my chamfers on it. You guys may have seen, like I said, if you follow me on social media, I put up a picture, or I put a couple of videos up recently. I think it was last week, maybe a week and a half ago, of I was testing out a new method of running these parts. And so I actually went to a high-speed machining method, cutting dry too at that. And I was cutting at 200 inches a minute and just ripping through. I went from, my overall cycle times on these parts are 1/3 what they were a month ago. So that's been huge. Is that the kind of thing, would you guys be interested in seeing more of that kind of thing, like programming for something like this, or just watching the parts run, or I don't know what you guys are interested in? And like Craig, well, there's a couple of Craigs. Craig Campbell. I would imagine you'd be bored out of your mind watching my machines run instead of watching your machines run. But I don't know. I'd be curious what you guys think about stuff like that. if you would be interested in having, if I did more content like that. So, just trying to work out a few of those things. Let's see. What else has been going on? So I talked about that. So new machines. There is a slight challenge with that, and that's a space issue. Right now, I could probably fit one new machine if I just did a little bit of rearranging, but 2 new machines means I need to do some major rearranging. And on top of that, it's not just rearranging, but I need to, I'll be selling the machines, is what it really gets to. I thought about keeping them, keeping the extra spindles just to, have backup or overflow, and it's going to be really tough to do. I might be able to do it, but it's going to be I think it's going to be challenging to try and fit everything in here. Oh, Craig, I just noticed, thank you for the donation. I just saw that. Yeah. Hey, Phil, welcome. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, I'll be posting more information about it soon, but the Tormach lathe, the Brother mill, they'll both probably be up for sale here shortly. Still a little torn. Not sure if I want to sell them or not. Like I said, it would be nice to have, nothing else, second op machines, extra spindle if something is going wrong, or just, capacity. I'm just not sure I can fit it. If I tore the wall down between the 2 buildings and redid the floor in the other's shop, I'd have plenty of room. Machines as close to I'm the fattest guy in the shop, you know that, and hey, there's still not enough room, trust me. Yeah, I'm just not sure yet. I'm kind of torn. So, yeah, be on the lookout. If you are interested, let me know. How I'm trying to be good about all this stuff too. A lot of people have helped me along the way, and I intend to continue that process. So, anyways, yeah, I'd love to have Steve here. Thanks, Craig. Just build out more of the shop. Yeah. So one of the things that I'm thinking about is actually doubling the space of the shop. That's really it. I really think that it's the right way to go. The question for me is do I build an entirely new building on my property and then shift everything around, or do I try to expand what I have and work around the expansion? And I don't know which way to go with that. Again, like I said, it's been a crazy year. I know there's a lot of folks who have been really, really struggling this year. Excuse me, and my heart goes out to them. I've been on that opposite side of it, where I've been really blessed this year, and so I've been working my butt off. Kimber, I think what you're looking for, they make hex collets. So there are 5C collets that are, so you could get one of those. I think that would probably be the best way to do it. So you're thinking, no, for your lathe, the lathe, there's a 5C collet for the lathe, but a 3-jaw chuck will hold that as well, right? So because it's hex, it would still hold it. Round 2, we get my hex bar indicated. Yeah, so one of those 2, I think, would be the way that you're looking for that. But I'll send you an email. I think I've got your email. If not, send me an email. It's tom@inspirationmetalworks.com, and we'll work on that. But yeah, so like I was saying, it's been a really good year for us. Plenty of challenges. My folks are not doing all that great. Oh, actually, take that back. My folks are doing really well for all things considered. So it's more I've got 2 kids that are now homeschooled. I'm working from home. I feel like this is my house. Like I've got a little refrigerator over here. I spend all my time in here, and then, luckily, my house, the actual house, is just over, the next building over, and so I can, go inside and see everybody. But it's paying off. The hard work is finally paying off. I've been at this for it's going on 8 years. Yeah, it's going on 8 years now that I've had the shop formally, for business, as opposed to just doing, side stuff for myself and things like that. So yeah, it's really, it's kind of a strange feeling when everything starts to line up and starts falling into place. And I just want to say thank you guys, because many of you have been here for the whole time, been supportive the whole time, and I don't forget that. You guys, I've had so many kind words, so many folks have reached out to me in support. It's really amazing, the group of folks that are out there. I've worked with some machinists who had the attitude of, hey, I worked hard for this information, and this is what sets me apart, so I'm not going to share that with anyone else. And I respect that. They worked really hard for it, and I can respect their opinion. I just look at things differently. The way that I look at it is, I don't have to be in competition with anyone. The only person I'm really in competition with is me. My ego, my laziness, or my drive, right? That's the only person that I'm really in competition with. So if I learn something, I'm going to share it. And there's been so many other people who have shared their knowledge with me along the way as well, and it's kind of a fun community we've got here. And so there's definitely more to show. I'm probably a month or so out from getting the new machines in. Based on, so the riggers were out here yesterday to do the site visit and work on that. It's realistically, it's at least a month, because it's going to be 4 to 5 weeks before I've got power in here as well. And so we're trying to tie that all together. The mills, I could have the mill here this week if I really wanted to. It's only an hour and a half away. It's at the showroom, so it's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So I could have that here anytime I wanted. But I've also got the lathe coming, and that's coming from California. And so rather than have the team out here back and forth a couple of times, I'm thinking that the right way to do this is to have it all brought in at once. So that's the plan right now. So in about a month and a half, this is my Christmas present this year. I'll get a couple of new machines, and we'll get all that set up. Going from BT30 to Cat 40. I'm getting a probe. Oh my God, you guys have no idea how excited I am about the notion of having a probe on my mill. How much that's going to speed up the process. And being able to do in-process verification and validation and wear compensation and things like that. So I'm thrilled. Really, really excited. And then the lathe is just you can't compare the Tormach to this. I love my Tormach lathe, and like I said, I'm kind of torn. I may keep it because it'd be a great second op machine, or something to train other people on. But yeah, this new one, it's I want to say it's 20 horsepower, 25 horsepower. I have to go back and look. And the Tormach's what, 3 horsepower? Yeah, definitely no probe memes. I'm all over that. Yeah, so I figure, like those parts I was just showing you. Right now, I drill them with a 7/8 inch insert drill, and then I bore them to size. On the new lathe, I'll drill an 1.5-inch hole, and then with an insert drill that can also be used as a boring bar, and then take a skim pass to bring it to the full 40 millimeter, which is like, I think it's 1 inch 574, 1 inch 575, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, to go from several minutes per side and trying to, you know, I mean, the Tormach does a great job on it. Don't get me wrong; it's doing a beautiful job. The surface finishes I get are awesome, but being able to do it in a minute instead of what, 10, 15 minutes, that's gonna be huge for me. So yeah, it's getting there. A little at a time. Oh, having a pneumatic chuck, or actually, I got the Royal collet chuck system for the lathe. I got that along with it's like 5 or 6 collets. So the common sizes that I use, and then I was getting them to show me how long does it take to swap between the pneumatic chuck and the Royal collet chuck, and it's about a 15-minute job, so 15 to 20 minutes. So that'll work. That'll be really, again, just expanding my capabilities and capacity, and you know, it's funny. I think back to, you know, about that little South Bend lathe from 1937 that I restored and, you know, put to use, and now I'm, you know, looking at a machine that, I mean, the bed of the machine is bigger than that old South Bend was. So it's kind of neat when you think about like how far you can come with all this. Anyways, are there any questions? I've been trying to keep an eye on chat. I wasn't sure if I was going to go into any, like, you know, big, you know, fusion stuff tonight, but it's more just catching up with everybody. It's been far too long since I'd posted, so let's give it a minute and see if there's any other questions. And then we're coming up on a half hour. I'm probably going to cut this one off here soon. All right. Well, it looks like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I was just talking about needing to expand my shop. So if you guys aren't following, or if you're not subscribed to or haven't seen any of the videos from Quality of Life Homestead, you really ought to take a look at it. So anybody who's complaining about, you know, not having shop space or whatever, or, you know, having to wait for other, like even me, I've got to wait for electricians and stuff. Yeah, check out Quality of Life Homestead, where he cuts down his own trees, mills his own lumber, builds his own house, builds his own, you know, building his own shop. Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. That's really good stuff. So, when am I going to come visit? Soon, I hope. Don't know yet. I gotta figure that out. Phil, it's good to see you too, man. I'd like to see some more content. I hope everything is going well up there. I can't visit you right now. They won't let me through the border. But anyways, I gotta go. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to see any of these new fun things that are about to happen, you should hit that subscribe button. But with that, I'm going to call it a night. Actually, I need to finish programming this, and then I'm going to call it a night. But I'll see you guys. thanks for watching, and talk to you again soon.